What happens when the person everybody depends on is the one quietly falling apart? Everybody calls you when something goes wrong. Everybody needs your advice. Everybody needs your help. Everybody needs your strength. But when the phone gets quiet, who checks on you? Who asks if you're tired? Who notices when your smile isn't quite the same? Who looks at the person who is always saying, "I'm okay," and asks, "But are you really?" Because here's something people don't talk about enough. Strong people get tired too. And sometimes the strongest person in the room is carrying more than anybody knows. They just learned how to carry it quietly. Maybe that's you. You're the one people call when the family has a problem. You're the one who figures things out. You're the listener, the encourager, the fixer, the one who says, "Don't worry, we'll find a way." And somehow you usually do. So people started believing you always could. And eventually, your strength became everybody else's safety net. But there's a problem with always being the strong one. After a while, people stop asking whether you need strength too. Think about it. When somebody you love is hurting, you notice, you call, you check in, you ask questions, you make time. But when you're hurting, you still go to work, you still answer the phone, you still take care of things, you still show up. And when somebody asks, "How are you?" you automatically say, "I'm fine." Sometimes "I'm fine" doesn't mean you're fine. Sometimes it means I don't have the energy to explain everything I'm carrying. And sometimes you don't even know where to begin. There are people walking around right now who look completely put together, but inside they're exhausted. Not just physically tired. I'm talking about the kind of tired sleep doesn't always fix. Tired of worrying, tired of fixing, tired of being responsible, tired of being everybody's emergency contact, tired of pretending things don't hurt because everybody expects you to handle them. And here's the part that can really hurt. Sometimes you spend so much time checking on everybody else that one day you realize nobody has checked on you. That's a lonely realization, but I want to tell you something. You are allowed to need people too. You are allowed to say, "I don't have the answer today." You are allowed to say, "I can't handle that right now." You are allowed to turn the phone over, close the door, sit quietly, and breathe. Rest does not make you weak. Needing help does not make you weak. Crying does not cancel all the strength you've shown. And saying, "I'm tired," doesn't mean you've given up. It means you're human. Some of us have confused strength with endurance. We think being strong means keep going, keep carrying, keep helping, keep smiling, keep saying yes, no matter how heavy it gets. But sometimes strength isn't picking up one more thing. Sometimes strength is finally putting something down. That problem that belongs to somebody else, you can put it down. That responsibility somebody keeps handing back to you, you can put it down. That guilt telling you everybody has to be okay before you're allowed to rest, put that down too. And if you're a person of faith, there's something else we sometimes forget. We tell everybody else, give it to God. But then we go home and keep carrying our own load like God needs our help holding it. Maybe tonight your prayer doesn't need to be long. Maybe it doesn't need beautiful words. Maybe all you need to say is, God, I'm tired. I've been strong for everybody else, and I need you to be strong for me. There's no shame in that prayer. Sometimes the most honest prayer is the most powerful one. And please hear me on this. You don't have to completely fall apart before you deserve rest. Read that again in your mind. You don't have to break before you're allowed to stop. You don't have to become sick from exhaustion before you decide something is too much. You don't have to prove how strong you are by suffering silently. You've already proven you're strong. Maybe now it's time to learn how to be cared for. And that may mean something uncomfortable. You may have to start telling people what you need. Because sometimes people aren't checking on you because you've convinced everybody that you don't need checking on. You've become so good at saying, I've got it, that everybody believes you. So try something different. The next time somebody you trust asks, how are you? Maybe don't automatically say, fine. Maybe say, actually, I've had a hard week. And see what happens. Let somebody show up for you. Let somebody pray for you. Let somebody listen. Let somebody help. You don't always have to be the person doing the rescuing. And if somebody only comes around when they need something, pay attention to that too. Because relationships shouldn't only flow in one direction. You shouldn't always be the caller, the giver, the encourager, the listener, the one who remembers, the one who checks in. Sometimes you need to ask yourself, if I stopped reaching out, would there still be a relationship? That's a hard question, but sometimes it's an important one. So if you're listening to this and thinking, that's me, I'm the strong one, I want you to do something today. Before you check on everybody else, check on yourself. Ask yourself, what am I feeling? What am I carrying? What am I worried about? What do I need? And what am I carrying that was never mine to carry in the first place? Then give yourself permission to put something down. You can still be loving. You can still be dependable. You can still be generous. You can still be the beautiful person you've always been. But you don't have to disappear inside everybody else's needs. Because you matter too. Your peace matters. Your heart matters. Your rest matters. Your dreams matter. And your feelings matter, even when nobody happens to ask about them. So yes, be there for the people you love. Check on them, encourage them, pray for them, love them well. But every once in a while, turn that same kindness around. Check on the strong person too. And if you're the strong person, that includes you. So the next time you say no, and that guilt starts creeping in, remind yourself, saying no doesn't make you selfish. It doesn't make you unkind. And it certainly doesn't make you a bad person. God never asked you to destroy your own peace, trying to keep everybody else happy. You can be loving and still have boundaries. You can have a good heart and still say no. And sometimes, no is exactly what protects the peace God is trying to give you. If this message spoke to you, I want you to listen to the next one. They liked you until. Because sometimes the moment you finally say no is the moment you discover who was really benefiting from your yes.